Pikmin 4 really is the strangest real-time strategy game out there, and I'm here for it. What's up, nerds, and welcome to In-Game. I'm Hoops4, and today I am going to give you my first impressions of Pikmin 4 after my first several hours of play. I am new to the Pikmin series, but the idea is certainly intriguing, and after an intro that felt like it dragged on a bit, the real gameplay cycle is a ton of fun and addicting, and it really hooked me in. I have plenty more thoughts to share, so let's go ahead and enter gaming.
Enter gaming.
Pikmin 4 starts as Captain Olimar crashes on a mysterious planet, and finds some strange little plant creatures that just want to carry heavy things. A rescue corps is then sent to help Olimar, and it too crashes. So you are the last hope to save the rescue crew and Captain Olimar. This premise is simple and fitting to the game. Save everyone, and use these Pikmin to do it. Simple as the concept is, I found that the controls especially were not intuitive, at least at first. It was actually a decent learning curve that I wasn't expecting. Learning to control both your character and the cursor with basically just the one thumbstick was supernatural for me. And maybe that's why the tutorial areas are drawn out so much, because there is a lot to learn. However, for me, I just had to get into the true gameplay cycle and just play to really feel how Pikmin was supposed to be played. It's unlike any other game that I've played, especially in recent memory, and it's no doubt a refreshing change of pace. As a newcomer to the Pikmin series, I wasn't sure how the gameplay loop was going to be. I was hesitant and thought that I would be bored with this game that's coined as a real-time strategy game. Well, after playing, it really is that, and the gameplay was way more engrossing than I thought it would be. Basically, you manage a party of Pikmin of different colors with different abilities, and you use these Pikmin to accomplish tasks. Everything from adjusting the map by creating shortcuts, to building bridges, to collecting resources and collecting sparkly treasures to power your ship. There is a surprising amount of depth to the gameplay loop, and I find that my gears are constantly turning to keep track of all my resources and plan the best course of action throughout the day. A quick request, if you are enjoying this video, then please consider subscribing to the channel and let me know your first impressions of Pikmin 4 down in the comments below. So I have to say that having a time limit on every day is so brilliant for this type of game, because having that time limit forces you to be smart if you want to have the best day possible. I think that it is one of the reasons that Pikmin 4 hooked me in, because I am constantly trying to accomplish as much in each day as possible. I want to improve my game plan to get more done, to lose no Pikmin, to solve the trickier situations, and I have to be smarter about it because that time is always ticking away. Well, almost always. Time stops when you enter a dungeon. Now this is one part of the game that I didn't expect at all. Throughout your travels in the overworld, you may come across pits to dungeon areas that are typically centered around a theme. These include their own puzzles and sets of enemies, and there is no time constraint. So it's simply about being thorough and making it through in one piece. I have found that it's also easy and satisfying to go the extra mile and get 100% in these dungeons every time. And speaking of satisfying, the graphics are so cute and well put together, and the worlds are colorful and full of life. It's a pleasure to look at and take it all in. Performance-wise, the game runs fine, even if it is on outdated Switch hardware. I haven't noticed any performance issues, other than the load times. The load times are really unfortunately long. Luckily, the game doesn't need to load too often, but when it does, it seems like it renders a whole world at a time, which takes forever. Just check it out for yourself, and this is on 2x speed. Of course, we can't forget about the rescues, one of the main points of the game. Whether in the overworld or through the dungeons, you come across castaways and rescue corps members alike. While there is nothing explicitly different about rescuing them compared to, let's say, retrieving a treasure, these rescues are one of the ways of moving the story along, so they are pretty much part of the critical path. Additionally, you have to make sure that you are collecting enough raw material for building bridges and upgrades, and enough sparkly treasures to reach power thresholds for the ship in order to reach new areas. You do have equipment that you can upgrade, and these upgrades can come from one of your rescued crewmates. And you can upgrade your pup, Ouchie, to make him stronger and have new abilities over the course of the game. Ouchie is a great addition to the Pikmin, being able to ride Ouchie and use him to ram walls and take out enemies much faster than the little Pikmin can. There is a ton that you can do with your pup alongside, and that is always a great joy. In addition to the standard gameplay loop, there are also Dandori battles and time trials. These are sort of extra modes that you can play, and they are just a little extra condensed challenge that you can take on. The Dandori battles see you trying to rack up more points than your opponent by recovering more treasures, and the time trial sees you trying to get as many points as you can in a solo run. There is a ton of emphasis in the time trial on really perfecting your route and strategy, so I really enjoyed that one especially. But with my faithful puppy companion by my side and Pikmin in tow, I have been pleasantly surprised by how much I have enjoyed Pikmin 4. It is no doubt one of Nintendo's most unique series, and I can't wait to see where else this game takes me outside of these opening hours. The resource management is fun but challenging, and I expect it to get even more challenging as I advance further in the game. Once again, the time cycle of a day, which I understand to be a Pikmin staple, is so brilliant for this style of game. It adds just enough pressure to make me want to have my brain turned on, but not so much that it induces panic and anxiety over the day ending. As my first Pikmin experience, I am really happy with what it has to offer so far, and I really don't have any gripes about my experience outside of those load times. I came in pretty blind, not knowing what to expect, and I am wanting to go back and play more even now as I'm writing this. It is a great mix of a relaxing game, and one that makes you think just enough. Even if this would be your first Pikmin game, I have to recommend it if you enjoy a bit of thinking in your games and a bit of strategy. If that sounds like you, I think you will have no problem enjoying this game, based on my first few hours. Thank you so much for watching my first impressions of Pikmin 4. Let me know what your thoughts are on Pikmin 4 down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video then please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. I will see you nerds on the next one. Peace. Thank you for watching, right here on InGame. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.